Hello everyone! Today we will learn about drought, heat injury, and protection of tea trees. First of all, let's understand the concept of drought and heat damage. Drought disaster refers to the growth, inhibition, or death of tea trees. Due to insufficient water, heat damage means that when the temperature rises to what the tea tree itself can bear when approaching high temperature, the tea tree cannot grow normally. The yield decreases or the tea tree even dies. The heat damage is often ignored by people, thinking that the heat damage is dry damage. In fact, there is both connections and differences between the two. Drought damage is due to water deficit, which affects the physiological activities of tea trees. Heat damage is caused by ultra-close high temperature, which leads to the solidification of plant protein and the loss of enzyme activity, resulting in the damage of tea trees. Let's learn the symptoms of drought injury and heat injury. The symptoms of drought injury can be summarized into 2 points. One is that the focal spot of the leaf is clearly defined, and the position is different. The second is the process of injury. The position of injury is mostly first, then. First tender leaves, then old leaves. First leaves, then terminal buds and tender stems. First upper part and then lower part. The heat injury is a special manifestation of drought injury. The damage time is short, generally only lasts a few days, quickly makes the branches and leaves of plants burn and dry to varying degrees. When the temperature rises to the maximum, the tea trees can endure when the daily temperature is more than 35 degrees Celsius and the humidity is low. Heat damage will occur for many days. Next, let's understand the factors that affect the occurrence of drought and heat damage. The occurrence of drought and heat damage of tea tree is related to the ecological environment, cultivation techniques, the growth characteristics, and growth status of tea trees. The influence of different land conditions, the influence of different cultivation techniques, planting methods, picking technology, types of fertilization, the effects of different growth stages of tea trees, the effects of different tea varieties. Then what are the defense measures against drought and heat damage? The defense measures for newly built tea gardens are as follows. Select drought-tolerant improved varieties. Reasonable close planting. Establishing irrigation system. Defense measures of existing tea gardens. 1. Resistance exercise. 2. Shallow hoeing to retain water. 3. Shade cultivation soil. 4. Top dressing manure. 5. Irrigation drought resistance. 6. Spraying vitamin C. Finally, let's make a summary. Firstly, we have learned the concept of drought and heat damage of tea trees respectively. Secondly, we summarize the symptoms of drought and heat damage. Then, we also learn the factors that affect the occurrence of drought and heat damage. 4 difference, 4 land conditions, different cultivation techniques, different growth stages, and different tea varieties. Finally, we have summed up several defense measures against drought and heat damage. The defense measures for newly built tea gardens are to select drought-tolerant improved varieties, reasonable close planting, and establish irrigation system. As for existing tea gardens, we can use the method to resistance exercising, shallow hoeing to retain water, shade cultivation soil, top dressing manure, irrigation to resist drought, and spraying vitamin C. Those are the main contents of this lesson. See you.